April 17th. Dear Jack, enclosed, please find a copy, Volume 1, Number 1, of Gazpacho Remedies. Hope you don't mind that I dedicated it to you. From soup to nuts. The cover is a drawing made by my daughter, Ellie. I think it's a decent first effort, if I do say so myself. I see it as the pebble I toss into the water. Makes a tiny splash, true, but look at the ripples beginning to spread. I'll tell you though, Jack, it's tough trying to interest people in poetry door to door. What's that? Poetry? You're selling poems? What am I going to do with a poem? Good question. Excellent question. The best. You start by reading it. Read it aloud, and we go from there. They get so easily confused, Jack. People do. They thought I was a contractor, a gypsy, a politician, a salesman, or a religious fanatic. If I tried to explain, they didn't have time to listen. Everyone is so busy. They don't see the value in poetry. I wrote a poem called, What Am I Going to Do with a Poem? I don't blame them. I don't mind. In fact, I'm grateful. I wrote a poem entitled Ground Floor. It gives me a greater sense of purpose, right? I feel like Johnny Appleseed, Jack. I wrote another poem, Seed Time. Spread the word. Poems are like apple seeds. And chicken soup. But I changed my strategy, stopped going door to door, and became a street corner poet. I'm staying out of the coffee houses, not because of the competition, it just feels too inside for me. I recite my verses and pass out copies of the magazine, $3 a copy, no takers yet. I've got a sturdy box. It's an old wine crate, a glorious Burgundy I got for $30 a bottle some years ago, quite a steal back then. And I get up on that and cut loose. I tell you, Jack, it's got a real Old Testament feel to it. So far, the only one to respond directly was a cop who told me to move along. He said I was disturbing the peace. When I thanked him, he laughed and asked if I was off my medication. I held up a copy of GR and said, It's right here. Cures what ails you. By the way, printing costs came as quite a shock. Paper, binding. So far, all the money has been flowing one way, out. No more good red wine for me. And I probably should tell you that my wife and kids went that way too, out the door. I understand. Jane, my wife, said it was too stressful for her, living like this with no income, and all the bills, and just the prospect of the magazine. I can't eat a poem, she said, and I made that the first line of my next poem. That's when she left. And I wrote another poem with you in mind, In the Soup, and one for the cop, Disturbing the Peace. I can't stop. Poems are everywhere. Jane, she's staying with her folks now, along with Ellie and Sandy. I miss them, but I know what she's saying and how she feels. The difference is that where she sees danger and ruin, I can only see challenge, opportunity, and fulfillment. Do you know what I mean? I know you do. The glass is half empty for her. Me, I'll drink the water and ask for more. Waiter, more water, and bring me the soup. Sincerely, Spencer.